For thousands of years, humans have looked up at the night sky and asked the same question: is there another Earth out there? A planet with oceans, mountains, maybe even life, just like home. Today, our technology is powerful enough to search for answers. With space telescopes like Kepler, TESS, and James Webb, astronomers are discovering new worlds all the time. More than 5,500 exoplanets have already been confirmed, and the list keeps growing. But how close are we, really, to finding a true second Earth? Are Earth's twins just science fiction, or could we be on the verge of discovering one? In this video, we'll explore what telescopes have truly revealed, which planets are the most promising candidates, how atmospheres are being analyzed, and whether humanity could ever colonize a second Earth. Stay with me until the end, because you'll see why the search for another Earth isn't just about curiosity. It might be humanity's only chance at survival. Just 30 years ago, we only knew the planets in our own solar system. Everything else was speculation. That changed in 1992, when astronomers detected the first exoplanets. Since then, the search has exploded. Missions like Kepler and TESS watch millions of stars, looking for tiny dips in their brightness. The idea is simple but brilliant. If a planet passes in front of its star, it blocks a small fraction of the light. These dips reveal a planet's size, orbit, and sometimes even hints about its composition. The results are staggering. Over 5,500 confirmed exoplanets to date, with thousands more awaiting confirmation. Among them are rocky planets similar in size to Earth, some orbiting in the habitable zone, the region where liquid water could exist. These discoveries revolutionized astronomy. They showed us that planets are everywhere, and Earth is not unique. Somewhere out there, there may be worlds remarkably similar to our own. Not every planet we find is a candidate for a second Earth. Most are too hot, too cold, or made of gas. So what makes a planet truly Earth-like? First, size. It needs to be close to Earth's size to have a solid surface and strong enough gravity to hold an atmosphere. Too small, and it ends up like Mars, dry and airless. Too large, and it turns into a gas giant. Second, distance from its star. A planet in the habitable zone is just the right distance. Not too hot, not too cold, where liquid water can exist. Third, the atmosphere. It protects against radiation, stabilizes temperatures, and may even contain gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, or methane, potential biosignatures. One famous candidate is Kepler 452b, often called Earth's cousin. It's about 60% larger than Earth and orbits in its star's habitable zone. But size and distance alone aren't enough. To know if a planet is truly Earth-like, we need to study its atmosphere, and that's where the James Webb Space Telescope comes in. The James Webb Space Telescope is humanity's most powerful tool in the search for a second Earth. Older missions like Kepler could tell us where planets are. Webb, however, can tell us what they're made of. Here's how. When a planet passes in front of its star, some starlight passes through its atmosphere. Molecules absorb certain colors of light, creating a unique fingerprint. By analyzing this fingerprint, scientists can identify gases like water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide, or even oxygen. That means Webb can search for signs of habitability, or even potential signs of life. So far, the results have been mixed. Webb has detected atmospheres on several exoplanets, but many turned out to be mini Neptunes, worlds with thick gas envelopes, hostile to life as we know it. But the important point is this: the technology works. For the first time, humanity can directly analyze the atmospheres of planets dozens of light years away. We haven't found a second Earth yet, but Webb has only just begun. The search is getting sharper every year. Among the thousands of exoplanets, a few stand out as the most promising Earth-like worlds. One is the TRAPPIST-1 system, about 40 light-years away. It contains 7 planets, several of which orbit in the habitable zone. This makes TRAPPIST-1 one of the top targets for James Webb's atmosphere studies. Even closer is Proxima Centauri b, only 4.2 light-years away, the nearest exoplanet to Earth. It has a similar mass to Earth and orbits in the habitable zone. Sounds perfect, right? The catch is that Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf star, prone to violent solar flares that may strip away the planet's atmosphere. Another famous candidate is Kepler 452b, nicknamed Earth's cousin. It's larger than Earth and orbits its star in the habitable zone, but at over 1,400 light-years away, it's far out of reach. These examples show the challenge. We've found many intriguing worlds, but proving they're truly Earth-like requires more data. Still, they keep our hopes alive and drive us to keep searching. Even if we found a true Earth twin, could we ever reach it? The main problem is distance. Proxima Centauri b, our closest candidate, is just 4.2 light-years away. But with today's spacecraft, the journey would take 70,000 years. There are ideas to shorten this. The Breakthrough Starshot project proposes using powerful lasers to push tiny probes to 20% the speed of light. These probes could reach Proxima in just 20 years, but they'd be robotic, not human. Other futuristic concepts include fusion drives, antimatter engines, and even warp drives. But for now, these remain theoretical. For humans, interstellar travel is still centuries away at best. For now, our only way to explore other Earths is with telescopes, and maybe someday robotic scouts. Why search for a second Earth if we can't reach one anytime soon? Because our own planet won't last forever. Climate change, asteroid impacts, or even the distant death of our sun will eventually make Earth uninhabitable. Searching for another Earth is humanity's backup plan, a way to know we might not be alone, and that other options exist. But it's also deeply philosophical. Every new exoplanet reminds us how rare and fragile our own world is. The hunt for Earth 2.0 teaches us as much about ourselves as it does about the cosmos. Protecting Earth is still our most urgent mission, but searching for another Earth shows us that the universe is full of possibilities, and that our story may just be beginning. We've seen how Kepler, TESS, and James Webb have transformed our view of the universe. From thousands of confirmed exoplanets to detailed atmosphere studies, we're closer than ever to finding an Earth twin. Candidates like TRAPPIST-1 and Proxima Centauri b inspire us, even if they remain out of reach. Traveling to another Earth is still science fiction, but the search itself is vital. It reminds us that Earth is precious, fragile, and unique, even as we look for others like it. A second Earth would be one of humanity's greatest discoveries, but perhaps the greatest lesson is this: before we find another home, we must learn to care for the one we already have. Now it's your turn. Do you think humanity will ever discover a true second Earth? Or is this planet our only chance?